What is up, everybody? I am here with Kelly Wollinger. She is a restaurant marketing consultant who really specializes in helping restaurants get butts in seats with SEO and other really innovative strategies. And she's here to share her strategies today. So, Kelly, you're out there working with restaurant owners. What are some of the mistakes that you see them making all the time?
The don't do's.
Yeah.
I think restaurant owners are so busy running their restaurants and hiring their teams and managing their teams and ordering and making sure guest service and hospitality is excellent. They just want to run their restaurant. So they look for other people to help them market and do those things that may not be their strength. So common mistakes are kind of prioritizing things that may not need prioritizing. So I know all restaurant owners want one thing, right? They want people walking in, they want new traffic, they want returning guests, they want new sales, top line sales. How can they get that? That's where they get stuck. So figuring out, what are your goals? What are your priorities? Where do we want to drive business? Is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Are you dead from 2 to 5? Where are the times that you need people to be in the restaurant, and what can we come up with to get them into that restaurant? I think throwing everything out and seeing what sticks has worked in the past, but today with technology and with resources and tools that we have, we can be really strategic and targeted at bringing in ideal guests.
Yeah. So what's the first thing you would say a restaurant should fix? If they're struggling, they come to you and they're like, Kelly, we're just really struggling. What's the first thing you would do?
I would say, let's do an audit. Let's see what's going on. Have you updated your menu lately? What do your menus look like? Do you have online ordering? Do you have DoorDash? Do you have Uber Eats? What are your customers asking you for? What does your team say you need? Because I guarantee the answers will be in the customer and the team. Sometimes we think we know what the problem is, and it's not even close to what the problem is. So identifying what it is that restaurant needs to do. Is it a cleanliness thing? What do your reviews say? Do your customers say your parking lot is always not clean? I don't want to go to a restaurant that has debris around the parking lot. The first thing you see when you walk in is that parking lot. That should be the first guest experience that they have before they come in your door. So always, always, always clean parking lots. But common mistakes are just not doing the right thing to bring in the right customers. We don't want to give things away. We don't want to give away promotions, freebies all the time. We want to find those great guests that come back frequently, that share your restaurant with their friends, and they pay full price.
Love it. I love what you say about doing an audit, and I like to always look at it if I'm someone that doesn't know anything about the restaurant, and I look you up online, and looking from that perspective, what would someone see? And that's kind of an eye-opening experience for owners sometimes, wouldn't you say?
Yes. And 62% of restaurant guests will look you up, will use Google to find your restaurant and research your restaurant. Do you do that? Do you research a new restaurant before you go?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, most people do. So what are they finding? What does your Google business page say about you? Is it explaining? Does it talk about your sports-themed sports bar? Does it talk about cozy neighborhood Italian restaurant that's been here for 75 years? You already have a vision for what that restaurant is. So it's a great free organic way to put your message out there, your menu, your links to order. If you have online ordering first party, if it comes directly to your restaurant, that's the link that should be on your Google business profile. DoorDash, Uber Eats, great. There's a space for them, but we don't want to give away a commission when they can order directly through you, and you can save that commission and save your customers money versus premium pricing.
Yeah, love it. So, I see that Google has a posting. You can post now to Google Google business profile.
Yes, you can.
Is that something you recommend? What do you think about that?
Oh my goodness. I think Google business pages are a cheap, organic, free way to promote your business all day long. I think businesses, restaurants should be consistent with their Google business page. Check in. Beginning of the year, we have a restaurant marketing calendar, and it says, the holidays throughout 2025. Sit down with your team, figure out those holiday hours and put them on your calendar now. Google wants to know that your business is there, your hours are verified, your hours on your Google page are the hours matched on social media, matched on your website, and any other relevant links that you have. Google wants to verify you're going to be open. They don't want to send people to your restaurant and you're closed. So make sure that information is updated. Update for holidays if you're closing. Update your, you can put specials on there. You can put your events on there. If you have something different going on, if you've got Santa coming in at Christmas, the Easter Bunny, anything really relevant to your restaurant, Toys for Tots boxes, put that on there. Google loves it. The more information you put out there to Google, the more information Google understands about your business and will and can promote your business.
Yeah. I think we always forget about Google as a social media platform, right? We always think about Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, but Google's pretty powerful, maybe the most powerful of them all, and we forget about it. And, you know, I agree with you. See it all the time.
Yeah. And I say it like this. We've all kind of been in real estate in some capacity, but when your real estate agent comes over and they say, I'm here to list your house, think about Google business page as that. It lists where you are. It lists the hours that you're open, what you sell, how much it is. It gives every piece of information. So your guests who are saying, I need a pizza place in downtown Austin that sells margarita pizza, Google knows exactly what your menu is, and they're going to suggest you hire to those people searching in Austin for that margarita pizza.
Yeah. What about things like Yelp and TripAdvisor? Do you think same thing? Keep those updated?
I think all of it is relevant. Again, prioritize your priorities and know that Google is your number one. People are going to Google that are spending money. They want that pizza in Austin right now. They're going to Google to order it. So those are highly qualified leads. So I would focus on Google and the other searches. Social media definitely has a place and definitely spreads your brand, tells your story, reminds guests to come in, but they may not be looking for that pizza in South Austin while they're searching on social media at 9 o'clock at night. So make Google super optimized, have all of your information on that. I suggest people go in every 2 weeks and tinker. You have, I think, 160 characters on your description. Use those. Think about you're telling Google your story. So use that like that real estate person coming in and you want to tell them everything wonderful about your house.
Yeah. That is a great point about looking at it every couple of weeks. And I'm embarrassed to say sometimes I'll go several months without looking and I go back and look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this all needs to be updated. And it's just been a couple of months, but you're right. Every couple of weeks.
And there's so much information on that. If you start to dig into the analytics, you can see how many calls were made to your restaurant through Google. And I guarantee it will blow every restaurant owner's mind how many calls are made. There's also a Q&A section, which is great because you can ask the person answering those hundreds of calls, what are the most frequently asked questions? It's going to be, what are your hours? What's the parking situation? Are you accessible? Do you have vegan? Do you have gluten-free? Let's use that Q&A section and put all those questions in there. We don't want to pay staff to be answering the phone and answering the same questions over and over. And it also gets your guests engaged to read more about your restaurant. They're going to go there looking for one question. They're going to learn a lot as they read along.
Love it. Love that, Kelly. What about reviews? Because people get reviews all the time, both positive and negative, Nancy.
Love the reviews. Thank you for asking. Yes, it is all about reviews, right? So Google wants you to be a good steward of your business and listen and respond to those reviews. I think a 24, max 48 response time on reviews is recommended. So good reviews, bad reviews, they're all lessons. I say there's a little bit of truth and a little bit of non-truth to every single review. And, you see them come in and you read them and you go, oh boy, it's not going to be a good one. But you can take those to your team. If you have weekly meetings, talk about the Google success reviews and talk about the challenges. If you see consistently, it's speed of service or consistently, we had this at a restaurant. We changed our fries, right? We're a sports bar. We changed our fries. We didn't think anyone would notice. And then all of a sudden we did it in 4 restaurants, a little test trial. Our reviews came in, and sure as heck, those customers knew those French fries were different. So we use that as, how is this working? You know, the product was different. Our customers' feedback on that determined we went back to our old fries. So listen to what your customers are saying. Respond quickly and use it as a guest recovery system. Have an email address that's dedicated to just guest recovery, which is hospitality@yourrestaurant.com. And say, we would love to talk to you. Email us at this email address and promptly respond to them, get a number, have a conversation, and recover that guest.
Yeah, love that. One of the things owners say all the time is like, how can I get my stars up? Like most of them want to be 4.5 or above is kind of what I understand is kind of like the goal. Is that right? How can you get that up?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm glad you asked me this question. So sales will increase as that incremental Google review score increases by a 10. So always focus on getting reviews. If you're a restaurant that's new and you have 200 reviews and you're at like a 3.5, you've got all the opportunity in the world because you have so low number of reviews to increase that score. If you're a restaurant with 5,000 reviews, you're going to have more of a challenge ahead. But yes, you want that to be high. That's the first thing people look at. They go to Google, they look at the review score, and then they will look at reviews. And on your reviews, you can sort them by newest, highest, lowest. So also, if you get some negative reviews, you had a bad weekend, you were slammed, 12 buses came in with sports of all kinds with kids everywhere, and you tanked. Get some good reviews to lower those down the line. So your newest reviews are not negative reviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. Changing subject slightly. One of the things you talk about is how to get people off of social media and into like a database, whether it's email, SMS. Why is that important, do you think?
Those are your customers. So social media, we are throwing it out there to our customers and anyone else who might see it. But if you have a POS system or you have an email marketing, if you have an email list or a loyalty program, those are your customers who have been into your restaurant, who taste your food, who have agreed to be in your program. So that's like gold. That's restaurant gold. So if you're not collecting those names, those email addresses, and those phone numbers, please start to do that. It's a small charge. It might be $50 or $75 a month, up to like 5,000 email addresses. It is a small cost. If you have a small marketing budget, I would solely focus on a small Google Ads budget and focusing on your email and loyalty.
What kind of emails should they send, and how often, I guess, yeah.
How often is a good one. We get all kinds of messages, don't we? I think for a restaurant, 1 to 3 units, maybe 1 to 3 times a month, and have it be very goal driven. What are you trying to communicate? And send just that. Not too long, a couple of paragraphs. You have specials, you have Thanksgiving meals, you're launching a catering menu. You're extending your business hours for the weekend because a big event is coming into town. Use it specifically for those things. Another option, great bang for your buck, ROI, is SMS messaging. Collect text messages and you just bang them out, maybe 1 or 2 a week. You've got a surplus of chicken and you run a chicken special on Thursday, send it out Thursday morning. Turkey special, normally $9.99, make it $7.99. If you go off menu, all you're doing is creating a restaurant key in your POS. Let's test what your ROI is. Like, let's throw out a new burger. We're going to throw out a pimento cheeseburger, say, and we're going to SMS this to everyone. You create a button in your POS. Next day, you just run your report and you see how many you sold. It's going to be, again, under $100 a month for that service, but it will drive guests in. It's a great reminder to your guests that you're out there, and not a lot of restaurants are using SMS.
Yeah. I hear that people say, I don't want to overwhelm people. I don't want to send too many emails, but we all get bombarded with emails all day, but even if people are seeing it and just deleting it, at least they saw your restaurant, right?
Yes.
And you're becoming
Yep.
top of mind.
Yep. For very low cost.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. So changing subjects. How can restaurants, they're in the local business community and you're all kind of sharing the same customers, right? People are going to be, whether they're shopping or dining, drinking, the same kind of places. How can you build a community and not feel like maybe you're competitors and we're all fighting over people? How can you build a community as a restaurant?
With other restaurateurs?
Yeah. How can you build a community, I guess, in the community, build relationships, I guess is what I should
Get
say.
out there, get your brand out there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's hard. Like I said, restaurants, people want to run their restaurants. So they may have people on that team that are outgoing, that want to have that hostess personality. They can do all kinds of things. If they have catering menus and they want to build their catering program, have a consistent food distribution program where once a week you send 2 team members out, super smiley, super friendly, professional, clean shirts. They're ready to go. They're organized with a list of potential projects. We don't want to just send them out to go visit people. A really targeted list that will be largest manufacturers in your county or town or vicinity, 2-mile radius, your schools, your government buildings, your hospitals. Hospitals and schools tend to be the largest employers in a lot of, I'm in North Carolina, but small North Carolina town. So focus on who you would like to be your customer. And then you've got cookies, you've got brownies, you've got some desserts, something you can take them. So get yourself out, go out there, say, hey, we'd love to drop off our catering menu. Here's a 10% off, 15% your first order. Here's a link to order online. We'd love to talk to you about it. Partner with schools, have spirit nights, have events in your store. Feels to me like people are always looking for a meeting space on Facebook. I need a meeting space for 40 people, right? Invite people to come into your restaurant. If you're dead on Tuesday nights, sure, invite a local Kiwanis Club or the Rotary Club to come in. If they're all, you probably have to arrange some type of discount for them, but sure, they'll pay $6, $8 a head to have a meeting in your restaurant. Get creative, figure out what the need is out there in the community, and then figure out a way to work with them. A lot of partnerships and sponsorships are out there. Even if you don't have a huge budget for a local golf tournament that's going on for your child's school, you can help them with lunch or dinner or breakfast for the volunteers and still get on one of those real estate signs as a tea sponsor. So get creative. See if you can sponsor your local football team. You live on the way to the football games, extend your nights on Friday, try to capture that traffic. Be outward instead of inward. When you're in the restaurant, you're in the restaurant, but open your eyes, ask your team, what's going on in the community that we can get involved in? Where do we align? Who do we align with?
Love this. Kelly, so much great value. Where can people find you if they want to work with you or find opportunities to collaborate?
Awesome. Yeah, great question. My website is kellywollinger.com. It's KW Marketing. They can find a link to my Calendly 20-minute consult and click on that. My email address is on there as well. I'd love to connect with anyone that needs help.
Excellent. Kelly, thank you so much. Everybody, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.